Hey guys, it's Babypowder and it's Sunday, which means hey, it's time for our next clean out. And this is just going to be week 2 of our new 200 run series. So the part 2 where we're aiming to get to 10 million as fast as possible. Again, just like the first one, we'll probably go beyond 10 million once we hit it. But we want to see if we can actually hit it faster than we did last time, which we definitely should be able to, because we're just adding stuff by whatever I finish by the end of the week. We're adding it to our bank vault so we can actually make sales, so nothing's sitting in the vault like it was last time. Whereas last time we were checking to see how the sales would build up by only adding loot from one farm each week. So last week we added what was it, 100 runs from Iron Docks, the second half of Iron Docks, because we did 100 runs the first week. And then we also added 80 runs worth of loot from Welling Caverns. And then we ended up actually finishing out Ramparts, and we added 200 runs worth of loot from Ramparts. And we also had our 1 hour of Isle of Thunder loot from for Thrall. So they were behind the first week. First week only Proudmoore got the 1 hour's worth of loot from Isle of Thunder. Now they both have it completed. And this week we actually did some Solithus, and which we'll have the loot video coming out tomorrow. We also did we completed the rest of Welling Caverns. I've also done some Dractarian Keep and did some RFD. So we'll see what we have from that tomorrow. So make sure you do subscribe and hit the notification bell if you're looking to catch that video. Also, guys, if you do like these clean outs, before we get to the review, smash the big thumbs up. Lets me know that you like it. Also helps out the channel, and I do really appreciate it. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to the review. See how well we did last week, our very first week for the part 2 series. And also I do have down here, as you guys can see, I have how the other loot is going from the first 200 run series. I, of course, put it on different realms, so we're selling it on different realms, which, I mean, this is a great kind of way to build up multiple different realms and make lots of gold once you've actually built up some stock. So our first 200 run series built us up a good amount of stock, moved that stuff over to 2 different realms, and now we're restocking the realms that we originally started out with. And as you can see here, I mean, the last week, which actually was like 2 weeks though, because of getting this all set up for the part 2 series, we made 542,333 gold. But this week is actually just 1 week. We made 326,394 gold. So like 3 weeks it took. I know we're only on week 2, but it was a week to farm stuff and then actually get stuff up on the auction house. So it's been about 3 weeks of posting this stuff since we started the part 2 series on these other realms. We've actually made 868,727 gold, almost 1 million gold, with not adding anything else, anything new to those realms, just the stuff we had left over from the first series. So that's where, as I've mentioned before, it's like passive gold. And we were actually making it like passive gold for like a month after the 200 run series before I moved everything over. So it's still making us a lot of gold, although we're not farming and adding any more to it. And you can do this with like multiple times. Like we could stock up these 2 realms, shift it over again, stock them up again, shift it over. Eventually you would have to start restocking because you start running out a little bit. But for the most part, I mean, in a way, it kind of becomes passive gold like that. You can just stock up multiple realms and just, if you want, even take a break from farming for a little bit. Although the farming part's what I really look forward to. So I like moving this stuff over and restocking because I just enjoy seeing the big pings from the getting the items to drop with the loot appraiser, especially if we're doing a loot appraiser challenge. But anyway, on to the review. Let's get to it. So last week we ended up making 113,702 gold. It's actually down from what we made our first week of the 200 run series part 1, which is kind of a downer in a way because we actually had so much more that we added. I mean, we had 200 runs of Dire Mall East. We had that completed for the first week. We also had 100 runs worth of loot from Iron Docks, and we had at least 1 hour on one realm from Isle of Thunder. Now, for the part 1 series, we were only adding loot from 1 dungeon, so we only added 200 runs worth of loot from Dire Mall East. It just sold a lot better, and we actually had a lot more gold from materials because we only had like 79,000, almost 80,000 worth of gold from materials for our first week last series, and we had over 100,000 here, which means we made a lot more with the transmog. But then again, we got like 3 pairs of Fire Main leggings to drop when we did Dire Mall East the first time. We had none this time, and I think that's where the big amount came from, because we sold it for a decent amount for that first pair of Fire Main leggings, and that's probably where it helped us out with part 1. But anyway, we'll see how this week kind of goes. See if we can at least beat the 33,200, because we did Sunwell second with the part 1 series, and of course we really didn't have much sales. There was no materials to kind of back us up there. So we'll see if we can at least beat 33,200 this week. So again, only have 113,000, 12,724 of that being with transmog, 100,978 gold being with materials. We did that kind of on purpose with doing Dire Mall East. That was kind of the purpose of doing it, the first time around with part 1 as well, to kind of get some material gold, because materials practically are like raw gold. They sold so kind of instantly. So yeah. That's why we wanted to do that one, because you get so much from it. Plus we also get the Nat Pagle books. That was a big goal too, is to kind of get those stocked up right away, because they were such a big success in the very first series. Now as far as our realms go, they were really close. Proudmoore actually did make us a little bit more. They also did have a little bit more loot with the Isle of Thunder loot. I'm not sure if they actually, can't really recall if we actually sold anything from there, but that could be one of the reasons why they had a little bit more in the cells. They did have a little bit of an advantage, but other than that, I mean, they were pretty neck and neck. But Proudmoore is leading. They did lead pretty much throughout the whole series, last series, but then Thrall actually, when we closed it out, Thrall was actually ahead. So and actually I think it was this week, I think it's where all the stuff from Proudmoore went, is actually the realm that made us the most gold. That's the Undermine. That's where the stuff's being sold from. The loot from Proudmoore, and the stuff from Thrall went to Warm Rest Accord, and actually they made us the most when we had the 542,000, but not this week. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for the review. Again, this week we did 100 runs worth of Iron Docks runs, so we did the last part of that. We did 80 runs worth of loot for Welling Cavern, so we'll see if we sold any of those loincloths or anything. And then we also had the other half of the 1 hour's worth of Isle of Thunder loot for Thrall, so they actually have some of that stuff now. And we have 200 runs worth of loot that we put up on the auction house from Rampart. So let's get to our first bank alt. It's going to be the low value bank alt from Proudmoore, and then we're going to go to the high value bank tube for Proudmoore. Then we'll check the materials, and then we'll do the same exact thing with Thrall. So first up, low value bank alt for Proudmoore. Let's see what they got. See if they got any sales. And we do have some sales. We have 15 sales at 7,586 gold. We'd like to see it at, if we have 15 sales, we want at least 15,000. So it's like an average of 1,000 per sale. But hey, we're just getting started out here. We'll take what we can get. 7,586 gold. Not too bad. Nothing actually sold for over 1,000. So I'm getting kind of close. Barbaric Cloth Row. We sold some of those deviant scale cloak patterns. Probably we'll have to take some of those out of the bank, seeing that we actually sold multiples of those. But yeah, that's one reason why we want to really do Welling Caverns, get some of that stuff up on the auction house. Yeah, it doesn't sell for much, but they sell really, really fast. A lot of this stuff sold some rings, so that's the overinflated stuff. I only have it in a group where it will post at a max of like 1,000 gold, just trying to get rid of these rings. So amulets, the same thing, so that's why we're having a lot of low sales. We're selling those rings and things, so that's great though. I'm getting rid of those. I'm happy about that. Also some things from Iron Docks, the Arcanine pieces, those are all from Iron Docks. Kind of low though, but it's armor pieces. Well, actually no, great sword and dagger. Man, could have possibly gotten more for those. Pillagers piece here possibly came out of a chest. It's right at 5,000 though. Barbaric cloth boots, really low stuff, so not really going to waste too much time going over this. I think this is from Iron Docks, the Forlorn Loa binder stuff, but anyway, just trying to get an idea of kind of where things are coming from. Really don't like to look at anything unless it's over 1,000, but unfortunately we didn't have anything over 1,000. So 75.86, add that in, and we'll clean this out, and let's go ahead and check out high value. All right, guys. So over here on the high value transmog bank tune for Proudmoore, let's take a look, see what they got. We got one sale, only 6,700 blood scale legs. They are actually in the low value range right now. They're only valued at like 11,000 gold. But I think of it, originally they're at like 20,000 or so, 27,000. They've dropped down a lot, so they're still in my high value bank group, but they sell super fast. As you see, I mean, that came from Ramparts. We got a bunch of them. You see, we still got 3 more, and then we even have one up on the auction house right now. But still, nice that sold already. 6,700. It's more than half the value with it only being valued at 11,000. So it's not bad actually. So we'll go and add that in. And you see that sold. It's like 24 days before it expires. It means it sold like almost as soon as I posted it. So that's great. All right. That's a quick one. Only one item. Let's go and clean that out and check materials. All right, guys. So now we're on our material bank alt for Proudmoore. So let's go ahead and take a look, see what they got. All right, so we got some sales, 23 sales at 2,433 gold. So it's better than nothing. It's not a whole bunch, but really we didn't get that much, just a little bit of materials that we actually got from Welling Caverns, from like the mailboxes. There are some other little materials that drop from actually killing the mobs, but not too much. We also do have some materials, of course, that haven't sold, and some pets. Actually, I have the pets over here. The deviant hatchlings, we haven't sold any of those yet. As you see, I actually have some in the bags, and I've already got them posted. But we also have like the auction control modules. I do believe last time we actually did Iron Docks, we sold some the first week. But seems like they're taking a little while, but hopefully we'll see those sell later on. But yeah, anyway, 2,433 gold. Just it looks like some old herbs and things, just some small stacks of that. We do actually have some of the deviant scales that are coming off, like the mobs in Welling Caverns. 54 of those, only 17 gold. Those sharp claws, more deviant scales, and things like that. Some eggs from Iron Docks, and just some small things. So anyway, we'll add that to our sheet here. Nowhere near the materials we had last week, so we really need some transmog sales to get anything, but we did see, we only had like 32,000 our second week last time around, so it's not too much that we need to try to beat this time. But anyway, let's go ahead and switch to Thrall and do the same rotation and see how well they did. All right, guys, so over here on Thrall now, and on our low value tune, hopefully they did a little bit better than Proudmoore. We are right now at like 16,719 gold that Proudmoore's made for us, so still need to make a little bit more than that in order to beat what we made with the first series, but we're already behind the first series, so hopefully we can make quite a bit more so we can actually jump above them. But it is slow starting out. It was kind of slow the first time around as well, so really didn't start picking up till next week with the first series. So hopefully if it doesn't pick up this week, it'll pick up next week as well. Anyway, here we go. 15 items sold. Hey, at least it's over that 1,000 gold per average sell. We got 23,386, so looking a lot better, I would say. I mean, still we have some room to go, but we're kind of still low on stock. We've just only our second week, but that's still really good for only our second week. Let's see. So we do actually have some decent sales in here. We have the Creeper Claw Sword, 5,256 gold. Those green items from Iron Docks. Those green weapons are good, man. Let's see, we have the Arcanite Axe, another one of those green weapons from Iron Docks, 1853. Bloodscale boots, 3,800. So nice Bloodscale stuff selling here, the boots, and we sold the pants over on the other realm. Tangleheart Greaves, not sure where that came from. Tangleheart, maybe that's from maybe that's actually from Welling Caverns. I'm not sure. Tangleheart. I have to maybe look that one up. I'm not sure. 5620 though. Not a bad sell on that one. Again, we're selling the rings here. We sold that one right at 1,000. Evermom ring. Stoneclaw vest. Sold 3 of those actually. Only 451 gold, but still, actually 4. All 4 of them at 451 gold. Very low value item from Welling Caverns, but really nice. I mean, they're selling super fast. I don't mind that at all. If it's right at the 5,000 mark and we're selling it, that fast, I'm okay with that. It's still more than the vendor would give us. Pillager's Chest, Zengara Spellblade, kind of low on that one. prospector mitts. So yeah, and these things, the Stoneclaw vest and the prospector mitts, I think those were actually marked off with my scrap to vendor before. And I mean, look how quickly we sold them. So like I said, it's not much gold, but it sold super fast. I'll take it. Anyway, 23,386. Add that to our sheet. All right. Well, hey guys, that already puts us above what we made in the part 1 series, but still, I don't think it puts us above the part 1 series overall yet. So we'll have to see what high value in materials does for us on Thrall. So let's go check high value now. All right, guys. So now over here on our high value bank tune for Thrall, hope we have some exciting sales over here. Let's take a look. And we have one sale. It's only a Thistle Tea pattern. Still, I mean, that's fine for a Thistle Tea pattern. Just wish we had something else other than just a Thistle Tea pattern sale. 3,272 gold. Really nothing that comes out of the lock boxes. So yeah. It's still nice. We got something sold. We're still above what we made last week, or the, what we made, with Transmog last week at least, but we're above what we made part 1 series on the second week. But I still don't think overall we're above them yet. But anyway, let's go check materials and see how well they did. All right, guys. So on to our last bank alt for this week for part 2 series. Let's check and see what we got. And 26 sales, 4,183 gold. So actually more than what Proudmoore had for us, but that kind of makes sense. And I think Proudmoore actually had a little bit more last time because we actually had our 1 hour of Isle of Thunder in here, which does have some materials. And we had that last week for Proudmoore, but we didn't have it for Thrall. So they were kind of a little bit behind there. So it makes a little bit of sense here that we got a little bit more this time on Thrall versus Proudmoore. But anyway, again, just seeing the herbs and the old herbs and things that we got from Welling Caverns, not seeing any of those auction house modules, not seeing any of the hatchling pets. Do have the Spirits of Harmony. That's again about 2,000 above. It makes sense. It's right there. Plus like the cloth, I think 2 is in here. Yeah, the wind wool cloth from Isle of Thunder. It's only 93. But still, yeah. That's where we're getting the extra little bit of gold from the materials for Thrall. But anyway, 4,183 gold. So we'll put that in, which kind of makes sense now because I mean Proudmoore was, well, they're almost 5,000 above Thrall last week, but yeah, it kind of makes sense that they were still a little bit above them last week since they had a little bit more materials alone. All right, clean that out. Switch our keyboard back and let's go ahead and pull our sheet back up and go ahead and take a look at these numbers here. So we definitely did beat part 1 series for their second week, but I believe we're still kind of behind by just a little bit. We're almost right there with them though, actually. But anyway, as far as Transmog alone, definitely a step up from last week when we made like 12,000. We made 40,944 gold with Transmog alone this week. So definitely a lot better and, more than what we actually made with Transmog alone, or well, the whole week of the series 1. But again, series 1, they didn't actually have much of materials their second week because they did Sunwell, which actually I've bumped Sunwell. If you look here, I've actually moved some of this stuff around a little bit. I did have Maradon here. I decided to go ahead and bump Sunwell up, even though we've already done Ramparts. That way we can actually get some of those epic patterns and those unique epic patterns that only drop in Sunwell. And I know some of you guys might be like, dude, you just did 1,000 runs of Sunwell, but still that loot's going to other realms. It's not going to this stuff. We need it for our 200 run series, and we're trying to hit 10 million as fast as possible. So it's going to be good to get these items up on this auction house for this series. So need to bump it up. It needs to be done. But anyway, 40,944 gold. And then we have our materials. Actually more than I kind of expected. 6,616 gold. Now, of course, we will sold some of those auction house modules from Iron Docks. Could have had a little bit more gold, especially if we sold some of those deviated hatchlings. But unfortunately, we didn't sell any of those. So right now, that puts us at 53,668 gold made with just Transmog alone. Again, it's only our second week, so still early on. We still have room to grow there. And 107,594 gold with materials alone. Now, as far as how much gold we made this week, we made 47,560 gold, which is down from the 113,000 we made last week. But that is to be expected since 100,000 of what we made last week was from materials alone. So yeah, really good that we are making more with transmog now, and hopefully we'll be somewhere close to where we were last time when we did it for series 1, where we made 106,000. So we're trying to get back up to those triple digits. Hopefully that's going to happen soon. But anyway, that now puts us at 161,262 gold made since we started this part 2 series, which if we take and look at our numbers from part 1, I didn't add it together, but just trying to do the math best I can in my head here, we're looking at like 166,000, somewhere around there, maybe a little bit over. But yeah, so we're still about 5,000 shy of what we made the first series, but we're closing in very close. And I think with what we'll be adding this week, it will definitely help out. Going to be adding a bunch of nice items after our loot video tomorrow. But actually I'll add them today because I'll record that video today. As far as our realms go, it does look like Thrall actually took the lead. Thrall actually made more this week at 30,841 gold versus 16,719 gold from Proudmoore. Of course, they both made less than they made last week because we had so much more materials. But so far, we've made 85,000 with Thrall and only 76,000 with Proudmoore. So yeah, kind of odd. Proudmoore actually had the lead at the very beginning and throughout majority of the series 1. Thrall did actually end up finishing at the highest amount at the end, but majority of the time, Proudmoore had the lead. So we'll kind of see how it takes a turn next week after we get some of those other items up on the auction house. But so far, that's how we're looking. We still have, it looks like, that didn't add up correctly, did it? Oh, I guess it is. We haven't made that much. But yeah, no, we still have 9,838,738 gold to make until we actually reach our goal of 10 million. So still quite a ways to go. Still making some good gold with our old stuff with the new realms that they're on, with 868,727 gold made so far. And that is going to conclude this review this clean out. We can go ahead and add this amount up here, 47,944, and I'll have to center that and bold it. I don't know why it didn't carry it over here, but anyway, yeah. Still, at least now we're finally above what we made for series 1. We'll have to see if we can beat it again next week and if we can actually be above them overall. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this clean out. If you did, smash the big thumbs up. Let me know that you like it. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Also, that way you don't miss the loot videos. Like tomorrow, we will have the loot video for the coming week for what we'll be going over in our next clean out. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this one. Hope to see you all live on Twitch sometime and in the next video. Take care, guys.